Once upon a time, there was a beautiful village nestled between green hills and lush fields. The village was small, but full of happy people who loved living there. Every morning, a cheerful milkman would ride his bicycle around the village, delivering fresh milk to all the houses. His name was Sam, and he had a big, friendly smile that everyone liked. Sam the milkman loved his job. He woke up early every day to collect fresh milk from his cows. Then he poured the milk into big cans and loaded them onto his bicycle. As he rode through the village, he would wave and say good morning to everyone he met. The villagers were happy to see him because they knew he brought them fresh, delicious milk. The children in the village were always excited to see Sam. They would run to their doors to watch him pour the milk into their jars. Sam loved seeing the children smile and laugh. He often gave them little treats, like candy or cookies. The villagers trusted Sam because he was always kind and honest. One sunny morning, Sam was riding his bicycle as usual. He stopped at each house to deliver the milk. The village was peaceful, and everyone went about their day happily, drinking their fresh milk and enjoying the sunshine. Little did they know, something strange was about to happen that would change their village. In the village, there was a little boy named Jack. Jack was always full of energy and loved playing outside with his friends. But one morning, Jack woke up feeling very sick. His head hurt, his stomach ached, and he felt very tired. Jack's parents, Mr. and Mrs. Green, were very worried about their son. They decided to take Jack to see the village doctor, Dr. Brown. Dr. Brown was a kind and wise doctor who always knew how to help the villagers. He listened carefully to Jack's parents and examined Jack. After a little while, Dr. Brown gave Jack some medicine and told him to rest. Jack stayed in bed and took his medicine as the doctor had said. After a few days, Jack started to feel better. His parents were very relieved, and they thanked Dr. Brown for his help. Jack was happy to be up and playing again. But the problem wasn't over yet. Just as Jack was getting better, another child in the village started feeling sick, then another and another. Soon, many children in the village were feeling unwell, just like Jack had. The parents were all very worried. They didn't know why their children were getting sick. The parents took their children to see Dr. Brown. He gave them medicine, just like he did for Jack, and told them to rest. But Dr. Brown was also very puzzled. He wondered why so many children were getting sick at the same time. Something strange was happening in the village. The worried parents started talking to each other. They wanted to find out why their children were getting sick. Everyone was scared and didn't know what to do. They knew they had to find the cause of the sickness and stop it. So, they decided to call a special meeting to discuss the problem and find a solution. The villagers decided to hold a big meeting called a village council. A village council is when everyone in the village comes together to talk about important things and find solutions to problems. The village head, called the head of village, would lead the meeting and listen to everyone's ideas. The villagers gathered in the center of the village. The head of the village, an old and wise man, stood up and began to speak. He asked everyone to share their thoughts and ideas about why the children were getting sick. Some people thought that maybe someone had cast an evil eye on the village, causing the sickness. The head of the village listened carefully to everyone. He told the villagers that they needed to work together to find the cause of the problem and fix it. He asked if anyone had any ideas on who could help them solve this mystery. The villagers talked among themselves, trying to think of a solution. During the village council meeting, some wise villagers had a great idea. They suggested calling a very clever man named Alex. Alex was known for his intelligence and problem-solving skills. The villagers believed that Alex could help them find out why the children were getting sick. One of the villagers stood up and said, "Let's call Alex. He is very smart and will surely find out what is causing this problem." The head of village agreed with the idea and decided to invite Alex to the village to help them. The villagers were hopeful and felt a bit relieved. They trusted Alex and believed he would find the answer to their problem. The head of the village sent a messenger to call Alex and bring him to the village as soon as possible. When Alex arrived in the village, the head of the village explained the problem to him. Alex listened carefully and then said, "Don't worry. I will find out why the children are getting sick." Alex decided to visit every house in the village to investigate and gather clues. Alex started by talking to the families of the sick children. He asked them questions about what their children had been doing and eating. He looked around their homes for anything unusual. Alex noticed that all the sick children had one thing in common. They all drank the milk delivered by the milkman, Sam. Alex thought this was an important clue. He decided to follow Sam on his milk delivery route to see if there was anything unusual happening with the milk. Alex was determined to find out the truth and help the villagers. Early the next morning, Alex followed Sam as he went on his milk delivery route. Sam didn't know Alex was following him. Alex watched as Sam stopped at each house, poured milk into the jars, and greeted the villagers with his usual cheerful smile. Alex noticed something interesting. Sam stopped by the river that flowed through the village. He saw Sam filling his milk cans with water from the river. Alex thought this was strange. Why was Sam adding water to the milk? Alex continued to watch closely. He wanted to find out more about the river water. He wondered if the river could be the reason the children were getting sick. Alex decided to investigate the river and see if there was something wrong with the water. Alex followed the river upstream to find out more. As he walked along the riverbank, he saw a factory that made plastic products. The factory was near the river, and Alex noticed that dirty water from the factory was flowing into the river. The water had a strange color and smelled bad. Alex realized that the factory was polluting the river with harmful chemicals. These chemicals were mixing with the river water, making it unsafe. When Sam added this polluted river water to the milk, it made the children sick. Alex knew he had found the cause of the problem. He quickly went back to the village to tell the head of the village and the villagers what he had discovered. Alex was ready to share the important information and help the villagers find a solution. Alex called another village council meeting to share what he had found. The villagers gathered once again, eager to hear the news. The head of the village asked Alex to explain what he had discovered. Alex stood up and said, "I followed the milkman Sam on his delivery route. I saw him adding water from the river to the milk. But the river water is polluted with harmful chemicals from the factory nearby. That's why the children are getting sick." The villagers were shocked and upset. They realized that the river water was making their children sick. They also felt sad for Sam because he didn't know he was causing harm. The head of the village thanked Alex for his hard work and asked the villagers what they should do next. The villagers were very worried and upset. They couldn't believe that the river they loved was polluted and making their children sick. They also felt sorry for Sam, who didn't know he was causing harm. The villagers decided that they needed to teach Sam a lesson about honesty and the importance of delivering pure, untainted milk. They called Sam to the village council meeting and explained everything to him. Sam was very sorry and promised never to mix water with the milk again. He didn't want to make the children sick. The villagers forgave Sam and thanked Alex for finding out the truth. The villagers knew they had to teach Sam, the milkman, an important lesson. They gathered around him kindly but firmly, explaining why it was so crucial to deliver milk that was pure and fresh. They told him that mixing water with the milk was not honest because it made the milk weaker and could make people sick. Sam listened carefully to the villagers' words. He felt very sorry for what he had done unknowingly. He promised them with all his heart that from that day on, he would always deliver milk that was pure and untouched by anything except the cow's goodness. The villagers could see that Sam truly meant his apology, and they forgave him. Not stopping there, the villagers also wanted to make sure the factory near the river understood the harm it was causing. After discovering the source of the children's sickness, the villagers united to ensure their village remained safe and healthy. They gathered together and approached the factory owners with their concerns, explaining how important it was to keep the river clean. The villagers shared stories of their children falling ill and expressed their worries about the polluted water affecting their livelihoods. Moved by their sincerity and realizing the impact of their actions, the factory owners agreed to stop releasing dirty water into the river. They installed advanced filters and treatment systems to clean up their waste before it could harm the environment further. With the pollution issue addressed, the children in the village stopped falling sick. Families no longer feared for their children's health after drinking milk, knowing that Sam, the milkman, had switched to using pure, fresh water. Sam kept his promise and delivered creamy, uncontaminated milk to every household in the village. The villagers were immensely grateful to Alex, the young man whose sharp mind and caring heart had solved the mystery and saved their children from illness. They celebrated Alex as a hero, showering him with thanks and admiration. From then on, the village thrived on health and happiness. The villagers remained vigilant about keeping their surroundings clean and safe. They organized regular cleanup drives along the riverbanks and taught their children the importance of environmental stewardship. The once worried parents now watched their children play freely under the shade of the banyan tree, knowing they had secured a better future for them. The village became known for its unity and resilience in facing challenges. Whenever they saw the milkman delivering his fresh milk or heard the sound of laughter echoing through the village square, they remembered how they had overcome adversity together. The story of Alex and the village's triumph over adversity became a cherished tale passed down from generation to generation, reminding everyone of the power of community and determination in making their home a better place to live.